Voice of Nagaland News se apnenge sobke sokat kurese viewers kan Voice of Nagaland News etia sanis de ahigina ase aro sanis to issue gule to under Woka district ase yate achi Lotha Middle Range Student Union khan pra along with Lotha Middle Public Organization CSOs kan yate ekta press conference rakhigina ase aro edu press conference to issue gule to in regard with tahan etia ongoing issue chai daga laga aro tahan grievances highlight kurubo gani takhan yede ekta ami khan press conference rakha dikhibo pare ase do viewers kan IB edu press conference la opore ami khan sai sabo.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Voice of Nagaland News and Nagaland Post, for joining us. We have gathered here today to discuss pressing issues concerning the Lotha Middle Range. Let me introduce ourselves. My name is Rombemo Mori. I'm the president of Lotha Middle Range Students Union. On my left, Mr. Lichon Kitan, General Secretary, Lotha Middle Range Students Union. Again, on my left, Mr. John Mori, President, Lotha Middle Range Public Organization. On my right, we have Mr. Chombe Tangpi Moji, the former General Secretary, Lotha Middle Range Students Union. And on my back, I have Ms. Nomi Mori, Assembly Secretary, Lotha Middle Range Students Union. And extreme on my left, we have Mr. Abemo Labon. He is the Vice President of Lotha Middle Range Public Organization. And then we also have Mr. Jinitang Jungyo, Executive Member, Lotha Middle Range Public Organization. Let me narrate the genesis. The Lotha Middle Range Students Union has undertaken a unit tour from March 4 to 6, covering primary and government schools within the range, during which various grievances and issues were shared by the institution. So on March 20, the Lotha Middle Range Students Union submitted their representation to the concerned authority, highlighting urgent measures such as shortage of teachers, need for additional classrooms, lack of adequate desks and benches, and implementation of early childhood care and education, female teacher to address gender-related concern, and then construction of new school building or complete major renovation. However, despite the seriousness of this concern, no response was received from the authority. And even after a follow-up 1 month later, there was still no reply. Let me also highlight the representation. First of all, we submitted a representation to Principal Director, Department of School Education, Kohima, Nagaland. I'll just explain in a nutshell. For Government Higher Secondary Sengro, there is a shortage of teachers as well as a shortage of bench and desks, especially for higher secondary students. During our inspection, we have observed that the students are still attending classes without desks and benches. And for GHS Sengro, we also required one alternative English teacher and LDA as well. For GPS Sector A, Pangdi, the schools need implementation of early childhood care and education to nurture holistic development for a strong foundation. For Government Middle School, RE All, we need a female teacher for gender-based problem issues. And for Government Middle School, Okocho, the schools required a graduate English teacher. For GHS Pakti, the schools required a graduate teacher in English. And also in the year 2024, September 2024, one maths teacher was posted. But during our inspection, we came to know that the maths teacher which was appointed was expired before the appointment. That is, he was expired on 15 June 2024. And on September 2024, we got that maths teacher. So we also demand to the concerned authority that English teacher and maths teacher must be appointed at the earliest, should be appointed at the earliest. For Government High School Sanis, the school was built in the year 1960. And for almost 60 years, there is no major renovation, for which the students find it difficult, especially during summer and rainy seasons. We have visited the schools, and then the school infrastructure is in a very pathetic condition, and the students are unable to get that proper education as well. And also, since the infrastructure is not up to the mark, we demand from the higher authority, at least for major renovation or a complete school new building. For GPS Sanis Village, the schools required bench and desks. So this is the representation we have submitted to the higher up, to the concerned authority. And after submitting the representation, after a month, we went to the office again for follow-up. And since there was no positive response and no progress, on May 19, the Lotha Middle Range Students Union submitted a memorandum to the concerned authority for follow-up. And again, after 2 months or so, we went to the school education again and inquire about the representation. And we came to know that the representation is still the same, no progress at all. So the Lotha Middle Range Students Union are compelled to serve an ultimatum. So on August 9, we serve an ultimatum to the department, which lapsed on August 23. And thereafter, even after serving an ultimatum, we didn't get any response from the concerned authority nor any coordination to the Lotha Middle Range Students Union. So we are compelled to issue through this press conference that the Lotha Middle Range Students Union is granting a grace period of 7 days to the concerned authority. And if the matter is still ignored, the Lotha Middle Range Students Union will initiate an agitation phase-wise. So on August 23, we had a meeting along with the CSOs, and we have discussed the next course of action. During our discussion, we have come to a conclusion that first phase of agitation will be through black badge protests and boycotting of Teachers' Day. And second phase will be we will protest, and if the authority still ignore our demand, we will intensify the agitation further. Furthermore, the Lotha Middle Range Students Union had made it clear that if any untoward incident occurs as a result of negligence of the concerned authority, the union shall not bear any responsibility.
We have submitted an ultimatum at August 2025, so I'll just go with the next step that we are about to take if our wishes are unheard. A period of 7 days grace period will be given starting from today to the concerned department. We request that they give us a written commitment within the given time frame with detail, the proposal date and implementation steps. And even after that, if our words are unheard, we will be left with no choice but to we will initiate a peaceful democratic agitation within LMRC jurisdiction. And even after that, if no response from the concerned department, we will explore further democratic and constitutional means to press our demands, which may include intensifying our protests, engage with higher authorities, seeking help from other stakeholders, and we will continue to advocate for the community interests within the framework of the law.
See, we have gone through a verification of all the schools, almost all the schools within Lotha Middle Range. Therefore, after verification, we have picked some issues which are much genuine. We have not choose and ignoring some issues. We have picked only the genuine issues which needs to be urgently addressed. Therefore, the department or the concerned authority should not delay in serving justice to the people of Lotha Middle Range.
During the 15-day ultimatum, has the concerned department has the concerned department responded or have an interaction with coordination? With any period of time have they come or met you and had a coordination with you all?
No, they gave us verbal assurance, but not in a written
So when
commitment.
was that period? Was it during the presentation?
It was during the ultimatum. It was on 8 August this month.
They gave
us verbal assurance
8 August.
on 8 August.
Let me supplement to it. Before we submit the ultimatum, especially for pension dates, we even made the concerned authority. We have made the project director, and we have been asking pension dates for the past 3 years, including this year. So what they told us that they will give us only next year. So we requested them if the department could kindly give us in written, we won't go for any agitation. But since they could not give us in written, we don't have any other option but to go with agitation.
In regard with for the convener of all Alga Singing Nagamis, Abnigan highlight Kurala is up to the school basic amenities infrastructure, classroom text, bench, Napagina was. So specifically, we do text our bench student classroom itu natakado itu government na sektor itu nak abnyahin itu school media do ki jawab is reason yes
Takan parot like pension takes mohan ke media do fun nai itu gue degi. So that was the only word the department have said it.
You have also mentioned regarding about the Sungro High Secondary School. Our high secondary school, as per as a source, what we have heard. Other school, 11, 12 class, 11, 12 can say. Idu kan laga enrollment gimana? Saya pun tu jadi nombor krusial. Tadi classroom 11, 12 kan student kan desk na teglero. Tam kina function tu
School do it was high secondary upgrade kurado 2022. Our school building inaugurate kurado on 7 November 2023. So tadi berada lagi every year. Even this year, mohan bench and decks mohan mangi tagi. But department barako to fun nai dibo na paribo this year logo kani next year takan dibo gushe. So we told them written dibi. To takan written dibo na para karni itu emantak ai jai. Aru mohan follow up karni nile update lui tagi from Singro High Secondary. Takan students kan kena manage kurese bench decks na tagile. And we taga them de like takan itya tak text nai bench ase. To dadebra student kan pui kina dadebra manage kurese. And Sangro High Secondary students has a 20 enrollment at present.
As of now, do you think the government is neglecting students concerned in rural areas compared to urban areas? What do you have to say on that?
For that, yeah, the government has neglected us for so many years. And when we see under Wukha district, Lotha Middle Range is one of the most neglected. That's what I can say. So far the government has neglected us. When we visit, we are still yet to visit many schools. About 15 villages we are still yet to visit. This is just a first phase of our unit tour. So in our middle range, the schools are in a very pathetic condition, especially the infrastructures and even shortage of teachers as well. So all we can say is the government has, of course, neglected us for so many years.
Okay. Are you also, if at all, the department comes into a negotiation, are you open to the negotiating or discussion?
Yes. We are open to any negotiation. Our doors are always open. If they are willing to negotiate with us, our doors are always open. We will, of course, negotiate with them, provided they fulfill our representation. For that, for the agitation, we have segregated agitation phase-wise. So during our first phase, we have discussed that wearing of black badges during protests, at the same time boycotting of Teachers' Day. And we will wait for a department response. We will wait for some time, and if the department still ignores, we will intensify, that is second phase of our agitation. So during second phase of our agitation, we may be compelled to even block the road. And then since students, they are appearing their exams and almost at the end of the year, so we will also try our best not to disturb the study environment of the students.
So in regard student community, Canberra LMRC Canberra highlight board of pachakana grievances are amikana future ekta future state ke thaka bata cushion place to fight place. So itu laga bode LMRPO apne ki movement ja secondly itu basic amenities la kotha place. Is it not a violation of right to education?
The concept of rationalization, as per my perspective, is a very noble idea. It's a very noble idea. But what we observe is that the implementation, there are some flaws in the implementation that is leading to all these problems. So I'm sure the higher-ups will address this issue effectively so that these things will not occur in the near future. Because the very concept of rationalization, as we all know, is to put the right teacher in the right place and to make the judicious use of this resource, human resource, very effectively. But then, as our president has already, LMRCU president has already stressed, emphasized, the beautiful Lotha Middle Range in the Wokha district is also one of the most neglected area. It's one of the most neglected area. And of course, we cannot deny the fact that this very particular form of exercise is affecting the whole of Nagaland also. We cannot deny that also. But then at the same time, it is true that we have been sidelined. The Lotha Middle Range has been badly neglected. And the CSOs, we are very much constrained. We are very much concerned. And at the same time, we voice our disappointment because looking at the very sequence of events which has come to this very critical juncture is that the representation and the memorandum as well as the ultimatum which has been addressed to the director is still pending. So there is really a big question mark on that very, how should I put it, the very system. So even though we all know that and we are all aware that the system is corrupt, frankly speaking, the system is corrupt. And it is through the initiative and it is through this project, I should say, of rationalization that somehow the muddy waters is being cleared. But then if we come to the present position now, to address these issues, even though it is a human task, I think the lack of communication, the indifferent attitude from the department, the stepmotherly treatment to our children, who are our future, cannot be tolerated. So, we are right behind our students. We are right behind our Lotha Middle Range Students' Union. And we are very much sure that steps which they have undertaken will bear fruits in the near future. And at the same time, I would like to request the higher-ups, that is in the education department, to have a second thought on the Lotha Middle Range, because, as we have mentioned, We are the neglected lot. And not only that, through this platform, I'd like to request the government to revisit the rationalization of the teachers so that the flaws which are being experienced will be corrected.
Okay, with regard to the previous question about government higher secondary Sangro, see, as of now, the enrollment is just 20. But we have a feeding school, government high school Sangro, which we have a total student of 145, where we believe that the government higher secondary Sangro has the capacity and potential to accommodate the students from government high school Sangro. Therefore, it is a need of an hour to provide the basic amenities which is required in the government high secondary Sangro. So, to upgrade the potential or to utilize the potential of government high school Sangro, the government need to address this genuine issue at the earliest.
Specifically, you have mentioned regarding about the 7 schools within your area. So, kutba dindi muhan enaka bihuje public class secretary negligence whether enaka secretary manipulation bisi lagi commerce department.
Correct.
Do apni kan itu sata school laga enrollment laga student kimana ase aro itu balance ase na itu laga boleh ni hala laga the survey ase. Can you please give us data?
For government middle school, all RE, we have 39 enrollment at present. And for GMS Okocho, we have 54 students. For GPS Pangti A, we have 28 students. And then for GMS Pangti, we have 6 enrollment. GHS Pakti, we have 16 enrollment. And for GHS Sangro, like my friend has said, we have 145 students enrollment, and for government high secondary school Sangro, we have 20 enrollment. For GPS Sunnis, we have 13 enrollment at present.
Well, Amikan Kobule Takatu LMR Subra Eman rejoinder holibi memorandum holibi ultimatum holibi dishe education department ge director ge address korigina do etar tak bi egu positive response panai itu bura written assurance itu kan bi egu banai to nimide American Lotha middle range public organization kan bura bi specially request kori dia ase kile mane takan agitation face voice jabole ase itu bura morom korigina education department kan holibi government holibi Lotha middle range neglect nokurigina takan laga grievances gi ase tu schools te site bole itu ekbar arubi request kuri di ase
আজিকালি স্কুল খান গভর্নমেন্ট পৰা নেগলেক্ট কৰি আছে কলে গভর্নমেন্ট খান পৰা আমি খান কে কয় ষ্টুডেন্ট নাই কেনেকুৱা টিচাৰ পঠাব ষ্টুডেন্ট নাথাকা তো টিচাৰ খান বা বলা বিয়া হোৱা পৰাই ষ্টুডেন্ট নাথাকা হৈছে তো ডিপাৰ্টমেন্টটো গাৰাপটেড আমি খান সা হিচাপতে ইটো পৰা টিচাৰ্স খান বলা পৰা তাই খান লগা ডিউটি নকৰা কাৰণে বেৰেন্স খান পৰা টিচাৰ্স খান লগতে কনফিডেন্স নাথাকা হৈছে ইটো পৰা নাপাৰিলে বি এইটো ফিজিক্যাল দে ছোকরা ছোকরি খান পঠায় এটা বড় এটা বেসিক ক্রনিক হয়েছে স্টুডেন্ট লাগা কালতি দিব না টিচার খানকে কালতি দিব পয়লা স্টুডেন্ট নানিলে বি টিচার্স নাহে টিচার্স আহিলে বি স্টুডেন্ট নাই এনেকুৱা কয় আৰু স্কুলস খান লাগা ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচার খান তো স্টুডেন্ট থাকিলে দিব কয় তো গভর্নমেন্ট বড় পাব্লিক খানকে কনভিন্স নকৰিলে তাই খান লাগা ডিউটি ফাল পৰা নকৰিলে ক'ত বড় স্টুডেন্ট নাহিব এটো কাৰণে LMRBO steps lo ase LMRBO as a parent body ami khan be 100% cooperate koribo pole to jana dis
do viewers kan itukan thagise Lotha middle range student union aro Lotha middle range public organization khan achi takhan yate ekta press conference yate takhan laga multi purpose building bra ami khan ge press conference tishe tate press conference dia homoy takhan bra ami khan ge janai dia do yate Lotha middle range student union khambra takhan laga area te yate kiman GMS ase GPS ase aro high school aro high secondary kiman ase takhan on March 3 to 6 yate nijor laga area te store aro checking jai shuguna itu ami kan honibo parise tate takhamra chai gina area de school khan kiman drawbacks ase aro student khan laga grievances on ground jani bole kushish kurse yate takhan bra student laga yede area khan laga challenges aro takhan laga yede problem khan government khan ge aro department khan ge ligishe gunai do ami kan honibo pari ase first toile do representation ligishe aro itu representation do ile do 20 March 2025 te ligishe gunai do ami kan honibo pari ase then after that takhan bra aro memorandum May 19 2025 te aro government ge aro department ge takan bra submit kurishe gise aro etia to issue gele do August 8 te takan ultimatum submit kurigina ase gunai to ami khan honibo pare ase aro yate achi mohan ge press conference se janai dia do issue gele do itu pichitibi takan 15 days of ultimatum department ge holibi government khan ge holibi takan janai dise holibi etia tak government laga side pra eku reply to aha nai guise aro itu laga unofficial takhan gi lok pai gena verbal assurance takhan paise gunai do ami khan honibo pare ase yade takhan bra ami khan ge janai dia do shugule do etia do enough is enough aro yate jidi etia grace period 7 days dia ase guna itu ami khan honibo pare ase aro itu laga 7 days laga grace period te jidi education department aro government itu laga opode katam no thai shugule do takhan laga nichor laga on course of action lobo ko ase aro itu to shugule do through peaceful democratic agitation first phase of agitation do ile do takhan kwa laga insapte itu ai daga laga teachers day to ile do takhan boycott kurubo gusi aro teachers day de takhan student khan black patches khan lagabo goina itu bi ami khan honibo pare ase itu laga oporde chiti resolve nu issue gule do next phase to issue gule do takhan agitation grow thaka do ile do intensify grow gusi aro itu laga area de takhan highway khan de holibi takhan protest kurubo ase aro road block pi kuru ina idu ami khan honibo pare jese do viewers kan ami khan etia voice of Nagaland news yete apni han ge ekta ground reality dekhabole yete aigina ase aro yete ami khan aina thaga do ile do government of Nagaland office of headmaster government high school Sanis itu bi ekta school ase aro takhan mention gora 7 school mention kurse tate high secondary bi ase high school bi ase JMS bi ase primary bi ase yate itu to issue gule do high school ase high school laga condition sai kena jai shugule do ite to issue gule do ekdam pathetic condition dia ase aro itu laga history sai shugule do itu school laga establishment de shugule do 1960 de establish kura laga ase aro itu establish kurigina ki jane yade school bra do ile do pishi dangor officer khan bi olai gina thakibo pare aro apni kan nijor bi sai de go pare yate 1960 bra inception hoina itu school itu bi chuli ase aro yate upgradation mature renovation aro upgradation eku na thaka bra itu Sanis high school laga opor bi takhan awas mang kuri ase aro yate sai gina je shugule do condition khan back side staff room khan laga holibi aro area khan de holibi sai na je shugule do olop negligence dekha ase aro special attention department bra holibi itu school laga opor de holibi dibole to ile do apni khan ge request janai diase yate takhan arobi mention gurise yate mention gura do ile do basic amenities kan lag behind gurese aro basic amenities kan do ile do ki ase gule do student khan do enrollment loigena school do ai ase holibi bench desk khan holibi eman basic amenities kan bi nai guna ta ni do highlight kurina ami khan ge janai diase yate education de sai gina jai shugule do ami kan na Nagaland de ami khan do ile do literate state aro ami khan India de compare kurshugule do ami khan either second rank gure education do libi in ground reality saigina jai shugule do itu khan nishina challenges to ile do yate Sanis area de ekla noigina whole over Nagaland de especially ENBO khan la site libi enaga condition do ami khan tikhi pai thage do ami request kuru mun daga do shugule do aro department khan ge libi noile do government khan ge libi request gurina janai dia do shugule do enaga education sector de do ile do compromise no kurigina ami khan laga pachakan laga future generation khan la ase aro idu education do ile do pachakan la hak ase aro ami khan itu constitutionally holibi ami khan laga basic right ase do shugule do request kuna janai dia ase government khan holibi itu laga achi takan laga press conference digina aro takan laga grievances aro takan issue highlight kura do ile do yade amicably resolve hobo aro itu special attention diegina not only here Nagaland la de olibi alag alag jaga de olibi enaga conflict aro enaga problem no ola bole nitile do phala sigune do chanai diase do viewers kan achi laga press conference aro achi laga update to itu thakise enaga alag alag khobor pai degi ole apni kan sai degibi voice of Nagaland news mui reporter Krizal Muli reporting from Sanis.